this launch week of the new consoles is going to be fucking ridiculous, man.
It's gonna be hot.
Like
It's gonna be crazy.
Cyberpunk moved, but it's like we got Des, we got Spoderman, we got there was another one I forget. Whatever, we got Bug Snacks. Bug Snacks is coming out.
Not much to say about like. It's like okay, Cyberpunk moved. They chose yellow. That was probably not the best. The best color.
That was
they could
very
go
funny.
with.
Yeah, that was.
Maybe don't do that.
Everybody made fun of them. Then Arxis
know.
showed off that they're actually a bunch of pussies and stopped making fun of them.
And then there's that. And then a bunch of people started getting unreasonably fucking awful in the comments.
I don't understand why they're so upset about this delay, because this delay's 21 days. They delayed it like a year now.
Yeah, no, you're not talking to reasonable people. You're talking to people that are unreasonable, and they're just barking out the dumbest, grossest shit. Like, I don't care what state your devs are in, fucking get it out, and just all kinds of just like, all right, you can just literally just go away forever. Your opinions are fucking null over the thing. And obviously equally you get on the other side of things of just like hey, yeah, we're going to announce this delay and people on the team are not even going to know about it until it hits the fucking. So it's like, and I'm like, so
that the Twitter account is literally telling people like hours before the delay,
no more delays.
Off of work, buddy. Don't worry.
And then they find out at the same time the press does, right? And the public does. And it's like, okay, you know how CD Projekt has had a lot of goodwill for The Witcher, for being just company that's just out there, far away from North America, doing whatever they want to do. We don't really care, and they're just
very progressive views on piracy as well.
And just and they, you know what I mean. And they've just been out there, kind of being like, "Wow, look at that." You can think about them as like they're doing the cool thing. Well, the moment you pull a move where you're doing the press release that your employees are finding out at the same time as the public, you're just another AAA. Like you fall right into that category. I don't give a fuck.
PC Gamer did this incredible interview where they interviewed the director of Cyberpunk about crunch, and he's like, "Oh no, we're not crunching at all."
No, he said it's not that bad, is what he said.
It's not that bad. So
and then he had to apologize to them afterwards for saying it wasn't that bad.
It's like, why would you ever for something like that go to the person in charge, right? And like, what? Like, are you fucking stupid?
So you got this.
Actually, we give everybody muffins in the morning, and we get free massages at the end of the day. It's true.
So you get that kind of trash happening up top, which again, firmly in my mind categorizes you as good job. You're now EA, Activision, and every other fucking
just
company
Polish.
that just so welcome to the club. And then on the underside of that, you got people being just fucking trash in response to the delay, and like the fucking death threats and all that garbage or whatever. And you're just like, okay, like,
what are you gonna threaten these people with? They already live in Poland. Oh,
bam, damn, son.
Bam,
wow.
Take that, owned.
But yeah, you just like, it must be really shit to be a developer on Cyberpunk 2077 right now.
Oh yeah, you get crunched to piss, and then when it gets delayed, people fucking like threaten you
and cheer on your crunching, Yeah. So yeah, that's a horrible shit sandwich. And full credit, check out Jimquisition's new video on it, where he basically breaks that down for you and like spells out the history of what's going on from both sides there. And it's like, there's
the basic gist that I can gather is that they waste too much time in pre-production and then go, oh shit, we got to ship it.
To me, this was always an insanely ambitious project, and that thought continued to further cement itself the more years from announcement we were hearing nothing. I assume that what we're getting is a version that is still probably only a fraction of what they actually wanted to accomplish.
Oh, the version we're
on
gonna
their
get
design
probably
document.
only like 2 years old.
You know, something they had in their actual like early ass design builds or design decisions were getting a percentage of what they were probably aiming for in ambition, and they were getting something that, you know, the people at the studio that say, hey, we can't just be pie in the sky forever, release a fucking product, decided to push.
There's a lot of pie in the sky stuff going on in that. I mean, they put out that video that showed off all those features, and then had to quietly announce that almost every feature they had shown off in one of the gameplay demos got cut.
Mm-hmm. And everything we're seeing in these teasers, trailers, and expanded looks are still showing you tons of world building, right? Tons of advertising of different types of people, different classes, and augments and mods and all kinds of lifestyles that you're probably not going to get to live in this world. You know, you're not going to get to live in the shoes of all these crazy different randoms they're showing you, you know, in the marketing for this. But when that comes out, I hope that what they have is still at the end, even if it's a slice of what they wanted, a fun video game. Because the absolute worst thing I can possibly imagine is for this shit sandwich to then end up with a fucking shit product.
So,
to end the story
Super
off.
Butterbuns brought up a really fantastic point when the Cyberpunk delay happened, and I had forgotten about this completely. Do you remember Fallout 4?
I remember hearing about it.
So that game wasn't great, and in fact, it was quite flawed, right?
I remember.
But it was still a decent enough game.
Okay, from the outside, it sounded abysmal because it was not New Vegas. This is what I kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always the thing, right?
But this is
it was all right.
The energy from the stands was that.
Right, but in fact, I would say it was deeply disappointing, even, right? However, what cut the legs out of people going, hey, this game's not the best, right? Or, hey, this game's actually kind of disappointing or bad or whatever, is that Fallout 4 got announced and then came out 3 months later. So it wasn't sitting on 7 years of expectations like Cyberpunk is.
Right. Okay.
If Cyberpunk came out and was
below
and
expectations,
is anything other than a slam dunk, it will be a massive disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it's a 9, that will be a disaster. You know, like just
CD Projekt needs this to be a slam dunk as well. It's quite clear that this is all the eggs in the basket. From what I can see, from what I can tell, like, it's not going to be a trash fire. It's not going to be okay. It'll probably definitely be, hey, that's good. But like where it goes between the range of good to holy fuck is what remains to be seen.
Remember No Man's Sky?
I was
that times 5.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything that makes me like, oh boy, worried. Oh my god. But I've seen like, okay, that's a bit more.
I've talked to a couple people.
I've gotten some more. I've gotten some feedback too. I've gotten some feedback, and
which was not exciting to hear.
It makes me think, that like from at least what I'm hearing, it's like this might land and be, hey, that's pretty good, but maybe that's it.
The big takeaway that that when I spoke to some person about Cyberpunk 2077 was, I can't believe it's going to come out when they say it's going to come out, because this shit needs a ton of work.
Hmm.
And that was a little while ago.
Yep, that was a while ago. We might have even spoken to the same person, but we'll see. We'll see. But this is a fucking.
That being said, man, when I saw the delay was 21 days, I went on Twitter. It was like, man, somebody fucked up and failed submission. That's all I can see now. It's like, every time a game fails and gets pushed back 2 weeks, it's just like,
it's what it always sounds like. And sure enough, they came out and said that we're doing whatever 7 SKUs or whatever the thing is, which is, for a lot of people, if you're hearing that, you're going like, oh my god, 6 SKUs or 7 SKUs, holy shit. But it's like, no, that's a thing. Like, it's not common, but it happens regularly with big releases for studios. You will see sometimes 12 SKU releases coming out for certain games. So
how many different phones you hitting?
So that's not completely unheard of, but it is definitely like, that's a workload. They've got their work cut out ahead of them. What happens in those 21 days sometimes is someone will be like, oh fuck, I have a chance to polish that thing I wanted to polish but didn't have a shot at. And there's gonna be a post-release day one patch, like, for sure.
I literally needed 1 extra day to fix this goddamn UI bug. That's like a F-class bug that no one cares about but me.
And they might go back into that database and be like, here are the top 10 will not fix WNF bugs, and we're going to open these up.
If you fix it, you're fired.
No, we're going to open these up, and the person in charge of a producer will look at them and go, how much time will each of these take? You give me an assessment, and then I go, all right, do 7, 5, and 10, and relock the rest, or whatever the case is. But we'll see. This is all.
Do you know what I want to happen?
Big old speculation.
I want to get one hour before the game goes live, and for them to be like, this could really use another 6 months in the oven.
What if they pulled a Baldur's Gate? What if they early accessed?
Yeah, they're not gonna. You can't do that after 7 years. You can't.
No, you can't.
What faith is there that it'll ever get?
And if it ends up being like woof woof arf arf rough, that goodwill is also burnt.
Yeah.
They made The Witcher though, right? That's the.
Willie, have you played those games?
No, I know. No, that's the fucking quotations I'm fucking putting up on that.
Witcher 1 released so fucked up, and Witcher 1 Enhanced Edition is so fucked up.
Over the years, that's always been. I mean, like shit. Like it pretty much started with, I think, with you, talking about like, oh man, Witcher's great, CD Projekt fucking crushing it, what a good ass game, and like it was just nonstop positive associations,
The first time I ever talked about it, I think, was on the podcast a million years ago. I'm not sure, or it might have just been in private, but it's like I would play through Witcher 1. I got it on a Steam sale for like $5, and I beat it. I'm like, what a great game. That is a fucked up game for crazy people. I can't recommend it to literally anyone.
You have a lot of fun, but you have to fight it the whole time.
You have a lot of fun. You have to fight it every single second, and also you have a couple of moments of legitimate, like, fucking misery. I have always used the term a fucked up game for crazy people for Witcher 1. Witcher 2 is a pretty good Eurojank game, and Witcher 3 is like man, that's a good one. That's, hey, we wouldn't be talking about that one for a while. So when Cyberpunk got announced, everybody's like, "Oh, that's going to be the trajectory, right?" So Cyberpunk's got to be, whoa, right? But it's like, no. Remember, this team has made a bunch of fucking busted shit. It's a bunch of busted shit.
Word to the wise: avoid yellow on your posts.
Or at least that shade of yellow, right? Like it's like a lemon yellow.
Big old alarming piss yellow. Like asparagus piss yellow. Deep